Hey everyone. Hello from Istanbul. What a surprise, huh? Well, I hope you guys can hear me because I'm using my ancient technology of Apple's. Remember the wired earphones? Remember those days, huh? You do? Well, I'm bringing that ancient technology back to my podcast. So, I'm here in Istanbul, and I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't do a podcast last weekend or Monday for all of you listeners out there. How many of those? Four, five, six? I'm sorry. The video is not great because obviously I'm sitting in a hotel room with my or staying in a hotel room with my wife, and so far we have spent how many days, Princess? She's busy packing because we are moving to an, huh? 3 days. So 3 days in Istanbul, um, and she's packing at this time, which is Istanbul time, is about midnight. Midnight Istanbul time, and why the hell is she packing? Where is she going? Is she divorcing you? No, no. Uh, well, that's not a good joke, right? She's there to shoot me with a shotgun. Um, but um, we requested to move us into a better room, because this room, and I don't want to go into the whole story of like how we changed from like Marriott to this hotel called Hotel Bosphora, right? And we're staying on the European side of the what do you call the Istanbul region, right? I mean, it's beautiful, but to be honest with you, I don't think I would actually want to stay here. Uh, if I had made some, uh, you know, research, if I had done my homework, and I thought, oh, it's hunky dory, nice, let's just go to freaking Istanbul, right? And it's not my type of vacation. When I say it's not my type of vacation, means, you know how I do my vacations. I just pick up a car from the airport, right? I go to a nice, quiet, hotel, and then I just chill out, right? Um, but this is not that. This is like the middle of the town where, I don't know if you can hear the street noise. It's a young crowd and like tiny streets. When I say tiny streets, like the streets here are the size of the sidewalks in America, like literally. So in any case, yeah, we requested for us to move into a little noisy room, and so she's picking up while I'm doing this. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do a whole like an hour podcast. I don't have time, and I'm on vacation with my wife, and and I didn't have enough sleep, to be honest with you, for the past 3 nights, and I was going berserk. You know, I don't know what the hell it was, whether it was, well, I shouldn't say it was, but it most likely is the jet lag. I'm still on New York time. Right now it's 5 p.m. 5 p.m. in New York. This is when I get out of work. Um, And here in Istanbul, once again, it's midnight. All right, 7 hours ahead of New York. In any case, so tomorrow we are going to go to where the hell are we going to go tomorrow, Princess? Do you remember? Oh yeah, so we're going to this place called Bursa. Okay, so just to give you guys a little history on Turkey. Turkey, I think, not that I think I know, was one of the first cradles of human civilizations. After the monkeys came out of the African jungle, right? They came off the Nile Valley, up to Egypt, and then Egypt and all these areas, and then they went up like Mediterranean and in Turkey, and this was one of the I think one of the first civilizations in the history of humankind, to be honest with you. Um, and I mean it's beautiful. The weather is so gorgeous. Like it's like San Francisco, but it's not gay. Obviously, I didn't see any people who were like walking around with gay flags, right? Uh, but the hills, except for the streets, again, streets are too freaking narrow, and the traffic here is crazy. Oh my God. Drivers are extremely aggressive, and I'm glad actually I didn't pick up a car, you know. If I were to stay here, which is what I'm doing, right? Which is what we are doing, I would not want to have a rental car here. No, that would be a nightmare. And it's pretty easy to, move around the town in a cab and taxi. All the taxis are also a pain in the ass here. You know what it is? It's just too much population. And if you think about the population of Istanbul, that's like the double the size of New York. New York is about what, like 8 million, right? Istanbul is like 15 million people, and they're all densed in this area. Not a lot of land, and it just like packed into these like hills and then the areas closer to the Bosphorus Lake, right? Straight of Bosphorus, is that what it is? But in any case, so far we are having a great time. I hope so. Although I just, I have my own moments, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? Because first of all, I wasn't getting enough sleep, and so I was getting like I was going nuts because I had to get my sleep. If I don't, then then I have to just like say, all right, if I can't get sleep for whatever the hell reason, then I have to just stay up, and that makes it worse, as you know. Um, However, I'm with my wife, and she has been like, obviously, you know, supporting me, and she understands that that yeah, it's the freaking jet lag, and I don't know, dude. It's like, and I'm trying to figure out like if I were to do this, like if I can't sleep, at night, and if I have to do this for the next, I don't know, few days, it's gonna drive me nuts. Um, hopefully not. Hopefully not. And we have to get up like at 8 o'clock tomorrow, you know. And we are going to go to this place called Barca. All right. Okay. So did I just jump from one topic to the other? I'm sorry. I apologize. So I was trying to give you guys a little history of the Turkish land, right? The Turkish land. I mean, it was the first one of the first cradles of civilization, right? And then it went through a lot of obviously hands, right? So starting from, I don't know, The Byzantines were the first ones, right? Or no, Alexander, obviously. Alexander the Great, it was one of his seats here, right? Because Greek is Greece is like 50 miles away. The Greek border is 50 miles west of here, all right? And so so this was Alexander's obviously first like stronghold after he conquered. This probably was like a village for him when he conquered this place, right? So in any case, so Alexander, and then who else came here? Alexander was 345 BC, right? Alexander was 345 BC, and then Christ came, right? And the Christ came, he was crucified by Romans or Jews or what the hell, and who gives a fuck at this point in time, to be honest with you. But but then the Christianity came, right? So the Christianity came, and then the Romans, and I think the Romans were the first ones, Romans and Greeks. Well, Greeks first, it was their stronghold with Alexander, and then even before, I think. And then the Romans came, right? Roman Empire, right? Roman Empire and Greeks. Did Greeks come before Romans? Am I fucking losing my mind? Maybe I am. Um, so it was Greeks, Alexander, and then the Romans, I think, and then comes Christianity, right? So Christianity comes, and then the whole, before Islam. I'm talking about before Islam came to this region, all right? I'm talking about between the first century AD, after Dominion, right? After the Christ, and so this region was under Roman Empire, right? Okay, so and then the Byzantines, I think Byzantines took over, right? I mean, I have no idea. I mean, I know who Byzantines are, so I mean, a little bit. I'm not gonna get into that history because I don't have time, and I don't have my memories to understand who they were. Or I mean, I don't want to, look up and give you guys more accurate information. But so the Byzantines actually were in between, somewhere between Christ, I think, birth of Christ, whatever, and Islam, right, which was 7th century, right? And the Byzantines were one of the rulers. And today, actually, we went to where did we go, Princess? Yeah, so it was extremely fascinating. I was amazed, We went there to see, we went to the old city, right? Went to the old city first because we wanted to see the Blue Mosque in the old city, and we wanted to walk around in those bazaars, right? And then we just came across this line. We just got into a line. We thought that line was for Blue Mosque, right? One of those big mosques. I think that was part of the Ottoman Empire, or before that, one of those no, that was one of the caliphates, right? Caliphates, and those mosques. I think most of those mosques were built during the caliphate, at the heart of Islam, right? Uh, which I think was right after. I think it was 8th, 9th, 10th century. Which is I think which is called the Dark Ages of Europe, right? And that's when these were built. And so we got into the line, and then the lady uh, at the at the entrance, right before the entrance. We asked her, or maybe we asked somebody else, and they told her this is not for the mosque. This is for Basilica Cistern. And I heard that. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. So is this like some basilica, some monastery where the sisters of the Christ or whatever, followers of the woman followers of the Christ, who had built a monastery down there, you know? And then I looked it up, and my wife and we looked it up and we realized, holy shit, this is something else. And then we walked in there, right? And it goes underground, right? We bought the tickets. It goes underground, and holy shit, it's a cistern, right? It's not sisters. It's a cistern, which is basically a tank for for the uh, for the water, right? That they were storing to feed whatever population or the crops and olives and whatever else they were, uh, growing and farming at that time, right? And also feed the city because this is, that's the old city, right? One of the first civilizations after. I mean, I'm talking about like sixth century. So that cistern was built in sixth century by the Byzantine emperors and their engineers, and it's an amazing structure underground. It's huge. I don't know how many gallons of water it can hold or it could hold, but they just turned that into a museum. Right now, it's a museum basically. You can see the water at the bottom. It's like 1 foot of water sitting, and and then there are coins down there. It's like coins. When I say coins, I mean like money coins, and that's a fascinating structure that nobody like. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people knew. I didn't know, I was awed, shocked, kind of like, holy shit. So these guys did this like in 6th century BC, and those like fucking columns, amazing structure. And it's, oh my fucking God. But in any case, without, you know, getting worked up too much about that, but that was one of the fascinating experiences we had, both me and my wife. I hope she enjoyed, you know. It was something new, unlike, unexpected, like, okay, if you're on vacation, you have some planned activities, right? And I was already getting worked up yesterday with my wife, and I was getting angry after I couldn't sleep and blah, 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 right? But in any case, so this was, this was, this was one of the best things I have ever done today, as part of this vacation. And then we had a little bit of food there, in the at the helms of the Blue Mosque, right? Um, and then we came back, and then we're staying in what is this place called? Bekistas or Machka, right? Machka in Istanbul, And to be honest with you, I'm like an unfit here. Means except that I'm a tourist, but it's mostly young people. Um, young people, both men and women, boys and girls, right? Whether they live here or they're out of town or whatever the hell, right? They're tourists or not. This is for them, And there are bars down there. I mean, I can't even name the streets because they are so Turkish. And this is the other thing, right? Is that a fucking thing? So nobody speaks English, and it's kind of like I have a feeling that it's kind of killing their economy. Maybe not, but I have a feeling that if they could speak English, right, and I'm talking about like broken English. I'm not even talking about, oh, if I asked like one of those like store owners walk in there and I say, where's the ATM? He looked at me like I'm like bank, bank. He again looks at me. What's a bank? He's like, oh my fucking God. So he doesn't know what the fuck the bank is. So, and I'm a fucking New Yorker from New Jersey, and and I can't. It's just hard for me, and and uh and so without getting too whatever worked up about that, but I think that these people need to learn some fucking basic English, at least broken English, and they know that half of the people here are fucking tourists. And they act like, oh, you know what? We don't give a fuck about the tourists when the tourists are the sort of like, at least not the backbones, but they contribute so much to the economy, right? And and I was thinking, and then I was talking to my wife about like back when I was in my own hometown of where I grew up, or in the neighboring town, right? Right before I came to US. And you walk into, if you're a tourist, right, who only speaks English or German or one of those fucking languages, right? If you walk into any shop and ask for something, right, all those shops, look, maybe 15%, except for those 15%, right? They would, in their own broken English language, they'll answer your questions. They would help you. Not here. This is so fucking old school Turkish like town that no, no. But in any case, without bashing, these people, the locals, uh, I think we are having a great time, except that, I have my own moments. Again, because I really didn't plan this, and we were staying at that Marriott hotel, right? The rooms were so fucking tiny, and that we were trying to like watch a movie, right? And it's so fucking what do you call uh inaccessible. They have all those channels, but then we call them, my wife called them, right? Hey, so you got an option for movies, so where are the movies? They're like, oh, no, don't know that they're just empty, I'm like, what? So we moved here, we moved to this place. At least, we got the option. We can, there's Amazon Prime, you can watch the movies, and we were watching, what the hell were we watching? Princess yesterday. Shite. Huh? Oh yeah. So we watched one of the was one of the Maze Runner uh movies yesterday. And then I think my wife actually was she finished it tonight. And at least we have that option here. We have the Amazon Prime, Netflix, And so I'm not going to give you guys a tip if you're coming to fucking Istanbul for the first time. All right, you suffer like we have. All right, so I'm not trying to be like the tour guide, and this is not my travel log. All right, maybe my wife would have her travel log videos, whatever. But I'm just telling you, you know, my experiences. Uh, and I mean, this is like ends like to means, means to an end. We just here for a few days, and then we're gonna fly back to not back to sir. We're gonna fly to Islamabad, stay there for a few days, and then we're gonna go to our ancestral land of Hansa. and I'm looking forward to that. Although I was like kind of like arguing with my wife, what the hell are we going to do there? What's there to do? But I guess we can just spend time with family and just hiking. I think hiking is the best because we were trying to find some places where we can go hike. It's like, no, man, forget. Why do you want to do that here when you can do that in your own hometown? We have the best hikes. We have the best mountains. Nature. We have the best nature. So to hell with this. So we're gonna do some extremely touristic things here. We're gonna go to Bursa, Green Bursa, which basically is apparently, and this probably is going to conclude my, one-on-one on history for you guys on Turkey, is that Ottomans came after Caliphate. I don't know the link between the Ottomans and the Caliphate, all right? But somewhere in their Ottomans, they took over Ottomans, and I don't know, they have some, I don't know where the fuck they came from, to be honest with you. Where the fuck they came from, whenever, I don't know. I don't know, because I haven't looked it up, but I mean, it doesn't matter. So Ottomans then basically took over, right, after the Caliphate. Uh, English never, I don't think English ever conquered Turkey, because the Ottomans actually were here, and I think for a long time, I think English were trying to defeat the Ottomans, because the Ottoman Empire actually went as far as Eastern Europe. Greece was under Ottoman Empire. Belgrade was under Ottoman Empire. Um, this whole region, like I think maybe not whole Italy, but a lot of European land was under Ottoman Empire, you know. Um, and so I think they were the last, what do you call, soldier in the citadel of Ottoman Empire. And then Ottoman Empire fell, and then the Brits took over, right? So yeah, Brits defeated them. And I think this is in the middle of the fucking World War II or one of those, right? What the fuck? I don't want to get into that because that's like dark history of Europe. But in any case, so so Bursa is the seat of Ottoman Empire. That's where Ottoman uh, capital was. So we're gonna go there tomorrow. All right. Well, okay. So what are you gonna do there, sir? Well, we're gonna just enjoy some time. We're gonna do some jeep safaris and whatever the hell we're doing, right? Um, and oh, well, yeah. So and then we took the public transit here, right? And public transit was actually public transit here it's like the light rail in New Jersey, Hudson Bergen County, right? Light rail, right? It's like that. It's exactly like that. Except that these people are actually a little more advanced where you can actually pay with your credit card, right? Instead of like buying a freaking ticket from a ticket machine and oh my God, why? Right? So Europeans in that sense are a little advanced in technology, although in their mind, they are still fucking old school, right? Uh, because here, basically, even if you go to like a freaking whatever, even a small restaurant, wherever, uh, you can use a credit card. Although you can't use, I mean, they're not as advanced. Sorry. Maybe I should, I jumped the fucking gun, but they're not as advanced as, for example, all these like restaurant workers, they carry this machine in their hand, right? Whenever you want to pay with a credit card, right? but those machines don't have that technology for you to pay with your phone, you know? In New York or New Jersey, if you go to a restaurant, no, they don't carry those machines around. No, 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 no. You still have to like give them a card, you know, and they'll run it at the fucking kiosk, and you know. In any case, without bashing, these people are restaurants big in New York for their lack of technology or whatever hell. It's not my fucking problem, right? Um, we are going to go to actually play some golf. I'm actually, you know what? I think day after we're gonna go play some golf. You know, uh, day after, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna get up and oh, by the way, so they have bagels here, New York bagels. Can you believe that? We have been going to this place for breakfast, you know, and their breakfast is okay, and it's like European, you know, bourgeois, and you know, healthy, you know, everything, you know. But I don't like the way they cook eggs, you know. It's weird. Uh, I mean, my wife likes, you know, sunny side up, you know, those fried eggs. But I don't, you know, yeah, I used to like that, but not anymore because I just want my egg whites, you know, cooked in a little bit of oil and not like my egg whites are like actually, you know, boiled, you know. I'm not talking about boiled eggs, sir. You get my point. Maybe you didn't. Whatever. Um, Other than that, I think food here is great. Like, oh my God, food here is great. Like, you know, you can get some authentic Mediterranean. Like, you know what they talk about in fucking America, people for especially for people who want to lose weight. Oh, you should get on the Mediterranean diet. You know, this is the Mediterranean diet. But I'm telling you, these Mediterranean people, they still eat a lot of fucking, you know, what you call bread, right? So, other than that, I think the food here is great. Um, People are friendly, although, you know, although, you know, this is like, I don't know. I don't want to say this is like California. No, no, California is all. Didn't I say that this town is more like San Francisco in terms of weather, except the streets are like narrow. But I didn't see any, you know, I didn't see any gay flags. I didn't see any gay sidewalks with gay flags, right? Uh, However, it's uh, it's it's an experience. It's an experience. The food is great. Again, the food is great, and if you are older, if you're older like me, then you shouldn't stay here. No, you shouldn't. You should visit here. You should visit this town. It's called Machka, you know, but don't stay here because this is more for like which we call you know young people. But whatever, we're gonna do it, however, and we're gonna be just doing other touristic things. We're probably gonna go to Cappadocia, you know, with the balloons. Tomorrow is what, first of August? Is that what it is? Am I losing my fucking mind again? Because you know my phone sometimes thinks that I'm in New York, or I mean, or it thinks that I'm in Turkey, you know. But um, well, yeah, we're just gonna do touristic things. Because if I turn my mind into something like, you know what, this is too touristic, maybe this is not for me, and it's like, whatever, dude, you are a tourist. Okay? Don't act like a fucking local, all right? So yeah, that's it. And then with that, I'm gonna close my podcast. I assume and presume you all are having a great beginning of the week. and I'll probably do one of the podcasts before I leave our from Islamabad. All right.